Hello, beautiful Libra gang. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. There it is. That's me. My name's Annie. I'm going to read your tarot cards today. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. These are general messages, optional advice or guidance. So know that in advance. Only take away what speaks to you, motivates you, empowers you, inspires you. If you're not feeling that way, feel free to check back a different week. And again, be open to the idea that some of these messages may resonate for you at a later date. So sometimes it's best just to shelve them and think about them for a bit. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions, all right? Let's have some fun. We're going to get you some messages about love first, love relationships. We'll see what comes through. And then we'll switch over to like jobs, career, money, things of that sort. And last but not least, happy damn birthday, Libras. I hope you guys are enjoying your season and living your best life. And if you're not, you can always change your mind and choose to be more positive and optimistic. Go out and do something for you. Do something for yourself, Libra. Have fun. All right, let's do it. For Libra in love. What can I tell Libra in love? This one's sticking out. Oh no, the Five of Cups, come on. And then you have the Ten of Cups. Okay, interesting. Are some of you fearful of commitment? That does not sound very Libra to me, but again, you guys are complex individuals out there. I can only read for sort of the general energy I'm tapping into. This could also be a situation where someone you had perhaps put on a pedestal and saw them as your Ten of Cups, you may actually sort of be swallowing the truth or hearing the advice or guidance from the universe that maybe this person isn't your Ten of Cups. It's possible too that you may have gotten word that the person that you were holding out for or hoping for ended up being in a long-term commitment with someone else. So again, not the greatest messages, but I'm gonna get you some good ones too. We're gonna see what's up. Let me finish off that message just to kind of see where it's going. Okay, let's see here. This may have involved a Virgo. It doesn't have to. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the third party thing for some of you might be coming through. And even if it wasn't at the same time, it could be that someone simply chose someone else and it was devastating for you, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? Some of you are absolutely feeling that way. It's very possible someone is starting to build a family with someone else and you're just like, it's never me. Why am I always alone? That is not going to help you. I'm just going to be super tough love with you, Libra. You're not being punished. You need to look at this from a different perspective, that the universe simply decided this person can't give Libra what they want, and vice versa. It would be uncomfortable to put you in a situation where, this person desires and needs things that you just aren't capable of doing. And I don't mean like easy fix-it stuff. I mean just your personality, your morals, your ethics, your code of values, right? Something about it clashes with this person. And so be thankful that the universe said, listen, I hear you. I understand what you liked about them, but you may have been sort of cherry picking the good stuff. And there's a reason why this person isn't with you. And again, it's not a punishment. It's not for you to be sad. It's just coming to the idea, what if there's someone out there so much better? We always cling to the past because it is truly familiar, right? It's known, it's been experienced in theory. But you're immediately blocking out all the opportunities for someone to come in and like blow your socks off, right? Like the Cinderella story coming in for you. And I think in time that will happen. But it's one of those things, it's hard because it requires you having faith, doesn't it? That just because you can't see it doesn't mean that great person out there doesn't exist for you, right? I think you need to keep searching. That's kind of what the Hermit says. Search for wisdom, search for the gems of knowledge you gained from this experience, but really challenge yourself to not kind of sink into that lower vibe energy. Hang out with friends, do something productive. That's very big with the Three of Pentacles. Get involved in projects at work or volunteer opportunities. Do something to put your mind off of this, I will say, an emotional disappointment. And for some of you, it has nothing to do with a breakup. It could even be that you lost someone in your life that you love tremendously. Maybe a parent passed away. And you guys know this if you're familiar. I don't predict death. That's not what I do here at my channel. So this would be something that has already happened. But I mean, whether it was a year ago or 10 years ago, sometimes those wounds still, they hurt, right? If you lost someone you love, it could even be your dog, right? It doesn't matter. There's some sort of emotional loss that you see. It's either triggering you this week or it's something you recently experienced. In which case, again, in sort of the polar polar opposite of water, right? Water signs are counteracted by earth. It's like do something practical, do something tangible, you know, dig your feet in the earth and get grounded versus kind of living in your heart space. And there's a time and a place for that, but with the Five of Cups right now, it's not serving you. So don't burn yourself out, but throw yourself into projects, throw yourself into team dynamics, be with people, don't isolate yourself. Sometimes the hermit can be very isolated or isolating, but what he's shining his lantern on is like the key of importance, and it has to do with building something in your life, and something that I almost want to say that isn't a quick fix. Earth energy, it's slow moving. This isn't just going out with your friends and getting trashed because you don't want to feel the emotions, right? Even that would be kind of water-esque, right? This is like doing something with your hands. This is building something, growing something, nurturing the seed, the idea of something, and collaboration is very big there too. So that is a good area to put your energy in if you are feeling this kind of sadness. In terms of what's going on here, let's see. I feel like someone made an offer to you, but you're feeling kind of hesitant to accept it, and I think your intuition is on point. Especially someone, you know, if you are romantically involved with this person, it's found someone else had a similar message. It may have been Gemini. It's like the sex is amazing, but when it comes to the actual substance of what they can give you, you're all types of confused because you're like, oh man, I've never had such a passionate connection, and like, whatever. It doesn't have to be in the bedroom, but something about this, there's like, oh my gosh, like head over heels. But it's almost coming from a place of metaphorically feeling like intoxicated. And then when you come out of that sort of disillusion or that spell, in reality, what they're giving to you, it doesn't quite meet your standards. It's a little bit less than. And I'm actually not saying that you have too high expectations. If anything, I think you're tempted to sort of lower the bar or lower the standards for this person. And again, I think the universe is saying, really? Because if we're patient, right, if we put ourselves out there and sort of have criteria of our basic needs, right, nothing lavish or crazy, it may take some time. But here I feel like patience is a virtue. Yeah, the Knight of Candles, the Knight of Wands here. Again, it's not always a bad card. It totally has to do with what it's surrounding. And here it's surrounding a lot of I don't knows. And not me as the reader, any seven, right? It's surrounded by a lot of assessment, like, should I continue to sow the seeds here? Am I being fooled? Am I being tricked? Why do I feel confused about this? Why aren't the answers spelled out for me? I think here it's like, because you already know. You have to trust your gut. Again, cups frequently have to do with our heart space and our intuition, our emotions. Something about it feels troubled. It's almost like a psychic or even energetic vibration you feel. Something about that almost, I don't mean to be crude, but something about that, it makes for really like intense, crazy sex or something of the sort, right? Even if it's not that, there's elements of, oh my God, this is wild and I've never experienced it. And what is this thing? Yeah, I think you've never experienced it because the universe is like, oh, like we can do better than this. So it's like, I'm hearing words like serenaded or lulled. Like, don't get lulled or pulled into something that you know it's like a negative energy, or it goes against something very important to you that you hold in your heart. I just feel like there's a trickster energy here. What is that Red Riding Hood vibe? I'm sort of getting that, like, there's deceit or illusion, you know? And you guys know that fairy tale, right? He dresses up as grandma to like eat the little girl, or, oh, that sounds sexual. Oh God, I wish I hadn't said that. You know what I mean? There's something very like, oh yeah, baby, let's do it. But then I don't know. I can't explain it. it's a vibe I get. Spirit, am I allowed to know it? Yeah, it's like there's something pure and innocent about you. And it's almost like this, I don't know how to describe it, guys. Bear with me. It's like if you have this healthy cup of water, it's, you know, fresh water, it's good, and then this person comes and like dumps mud in it. It quite literally muddies the waters of your clarity and your intuition. There's an energy or a presence here, and I don't do fear-based readings. This isn't to make you terrified. It's not even like, I'm not even getting really anything about like abuse or anything super intense. It's just this person is not, I don't know. This person is not a good fit for you. And I do have a feeling that these messages are related. You may have found out that this person was married. That could be a big thing for you, like the illusion and the secrets that they had already sown seeds with someone else. They may have a whole family you didn't know about. Again, there could have been third party stuff. I know, we're going to move off of this. I just wanted to give you a little bit of like, a message here of why this isn't a good fit for you. Because, if this is your message, you'll know it. It might be too soon to hear it. But again, this is a video. You can go back and play it back in 2 months when you're maybe feeling like maybe this was something you did need to hear. 8 of Cups, you have trouble walking away. I'm almost getting the metaphor of like an addiction issue. Like you can be clean and sober for a couple weeks, but then it's like, they text you again and then you just have to have the taste. There's like sexual addiction here for some of you, or if it's not that, it's, I don't know if it's the attention or whatever it is. It's like, I really see you struggling with boundaries, drawing firm boundaries. And then it's like just when you decide to walk away, just when I thought I walked away, they pull me back in, right? It's that kind of thing. I don't know, not my most romantic cards, or, trying to spin this in a positive direction. I don't know what to tell you, Libra. I am going to give you another reading, right? I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but the thing is, usually the messages that come through are the ones you need to hear. It's not always what you want to hear. So I did my duty. I did my service. I gave you the heavy one. Let's see if we can tap into a new group of Libras and see if we can get anything more romantic or something positive. Don't isolate yourself is a very important message there. You utilize the people in your life, your friends, your family, whoever, to lean on, right, in times of need, because aren't you always that person for your friend? Come on, I know you are. You're the I got you person in everyone's life, so who's that person for you? And don't say this motherfucker. Nope, it's not this one. Sorry, it's not. They're not there for you in the way you think they are. All right, Page of Swords. There might be something new with a fellow air sign coming in, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You guys are very mentally in tune. There's something very clever or very witty about them. You think about them a lot, or they think about you a lot. This person may have very striking blue eyes. That's something that jumped out at me there. And they may even participate in something like, I'm getting like literals for this card, so something like fencing or martial arts or something. They're very nimble. Oh, look at you, 2 of Cups. That's adorable. Love that. Sometimes the Page of Cups can indicate this person may have children, from another marriage, or they're very young at heart. It could just be like a youthful spirit. Also, this is a major card of student and studying. So this person may be in classes, or they work in education, right? It could be something science, technology related. I don't know. Let's see. What else? Queen of Swords. There's you. 2 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, all right. Interesting. So this is like, I'm independent and I don't care who knows it. Like I'm a lady boss, or you know what I mean? Like and even if you're a male too, I don't mean to make it a gender thing. This is like independence, and I'm good, and like I work hard and I see the results of my work and I'm happy being me. This is a great card. This is a good energy. Then you have 2 of Swords. It's okay. It is a Libra card, so sometimes it's just simply indecision, not knowing what to do or say. And then the Queen of Swords. Again, she's not my most lovey-dovey queen. She's pretty truthful and blunt and honest, but she is ruled by Venus, right? Like you fellow Libras out there. So there is kindness in her heart. She likes fairness, balance, justice, truth, equality, that sort of thing. So what is the message here? Some of you may be fighting for custody of your child, in which case I think you'll get it. I think the results will be positive there. I do like the 2 of Cups in terms of romance. You might be connecting with another Libra. Oh, okay. I think this is an important message. If this makes sense to any of you out there, I heard like if you're going to come correct. You may have a person from your past reaching out to you, and I think the universe is saying before you even consider this, before it even becomes like the seed of an idea of what could be, like before we enter into like fantasy land, you need to make sure, absolute certainty, that this person is single. None of this like cheater, infidelity, third party bullshit. I think, no offense, but like the universe is like, we are done. We are done with that. So like there really is if you come at me, you being Libra, right, and you're not single, like 6 feet back, motherfucker. Right there, there's like an absolute don't even try it with me because I'm so over this. Now, if this person is single, and for some of you, if it's not that, it could just be saying that you may have trust issues, right? It may take you a long time to get comfortable with people, and maybe that's for a purpose, right? Maybe there's like you need to kind of sense their energy. Just make sure it doesn't come off in a way where it's too cold, so people think you're not interested. You know, again, balance. Balance is good. It's not saying you have to jump in bed with the first person you meet, but you also need to be aware that, okay, at what point do you develop trust, and how do you develop trust? What is your system for trusting a person? Do you talk with them? Do you get to know them? Do you share personal things about yourself? You know what I mean? Like, how do you establish trust at a foundation with a person? That's just something you need to ask yourself. This is also a reminder, like, you have a lot to offer, so don't question yourself. And, you know, it's very human to do so, but I think it's like saying don't minimize who you are or try and fit in to attract the right person. Be who you are, you know, warts and all, own your flaws, because the thing is you have so many spectacular, outstanding qualities. The right person will recognize those in you and they won't make you question them. You may have been in relationships where people put you down, and so you may have started to absorb negative thoughts about yourself. People who maybe were demeaning or treated you like a child. Again, you don't have to participate in those relationships, but you do need to be very aware of not repeating them. So putting your defenses up, blocking people who don't treat you like you're, you know, awesome, because you are, right? There seems to be a standstill of conversation between possibly a Virgo and a Libra. And it could also be with another Libra, right? What is the deal here? You may actually have not considered dating someone because they have children from a previous marriage. And again, if they're married, that's a different thing. But for some of you, it's just, you know, this person is single and looking, but they do have a child. So I don't know if you're fearful of becoming whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be a stepmom at first, right? You know, in theory, you would date this person and see if you like them. But some of you, you're rejecting people merely on the fact that they have a child. And I think the universe is saying, really? You're going to hold that against them? Like, I feel like the universe is trying to get you to see this could be a good connection. So what is this? Oh, I don't know. Like okay, I'm going to say this. You might be being too particular or fussy about things that really have nothing to do with this person's character. Do you understand? It's not like, oh, they're rude or they don't treat me right. It's like, well, they have weird shoes. Like, they have a child. Like, well, they work at a bank. Like, I don't even know why I said those things, but like, you're making up these things that are like, oh, it's such a deal breaker. I don't know. It's like, I feel like, again, the universe is sort of saying, like, get over yourself. Like, get off your high horse. Like, if this person loves and respects you, that's the absolute minimum. And yet, some of you are fantasizing about people who don't treat you well, but then again, you project this glamorous thing onto, oh, well, they work in the entertainment industry, and, you know, I don't know, like, these things that don't really matter. They're not of substance if this person doesn't treat you well. Like, that's the bare minimum, and I think this person would. I think this person's very curious and fascinated by you. I keep getting something about the eyes here, like you guys lock eyes, or there's something specific about their eyes. I don't know if they have cool glasses, or I don't know. I don't know. It could even, I know this is so random, for some of you it could even be some sort of like minor facial, not deformity, but more or less, like, that's what I mean. Like, there could be some like, oh, well, that actually is a very Libra-esque message. Sometimes aesthetic, because it is so important to the Libra. Sometimes when it comes to body image issues, you may reject someone because they don't have the right, you know what I mean? And of course, I'm not saying that's all of you, but that's what I mean. There's some particular that you're holding against this person. It's like, they didn't choose that. They had no choice. Like, I don't know. It's like they walk with a limp, or do you understand what I mean? I'm saying it one more time just so you guys hear me. What are you judging people on? And is it out of fairness? Is there kindness in your heart? Or is it like you're holding things against people that, again, they didn't choose? It could even be like, oh, they have this dumb name, like they have a stupid name, or I don't know, or they grew up in that city. Ugh, I hate that city. I don't know. You guys get my point, and certainly that's not all of you. I'm just putting it out there for the few of you that do need to hear that. Actually, let's do this back. Let's do a little bit more. I feel like there's a Virgo who has been holding out for you for a very long time. It could go vice versa. You may be holding out for a Virgo. So what is the trouble here? Like, who? It could be that you've rejected them. But there could be a Virgo who just, they have stars in their eyes about you, and they're just like, oh, one day Libra will see how beautiful I am. Again, I would tell this person, all right, check in with your self-worth, though. Like, why are you holding out for a person who doesn't see how great you are, you know? Sometimes life circumstances happens, you know, jobs pull us apart, or life, you know, but if it comes down to like oh, I don't know, I just don't like them, well, then maybe this isn't worth waiting for, you know. What is upside down? Yeah, my deck's upside down. I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards in tarot. I just think it's so beautiful. Yeah, messages, you put an end and someone's waiting. Yeah, I do get the idea. Again, I don't know who's who, but definitely there's very strong Virgo vibes and Libra. It's like there was messages and communications and flirtations and a spark, and then for some reason it just ended. Death. This person who's waiting, it's like they're hoping for quite literally a rebirth, and in the meantime, it's like they're putting their dating life on pause, hoping that their ship comes in eventually. I can tell this is the person who's waiting. So whether, and this could be you, Libra, right? Why did the communication end here? Two of Swords. Because this person's blind. They can't see what's right in front of them. They're missing important cues. Okay, and they're busy. They might be wrapped up in their job. That's possible. They may have issues with a mother figure that plays itself out in their romantic life. They may have a very domineering or controlling mother. They may have a mother who's incredibly critical and picks at them, or in a more superficial sense, judges them based on who they date. So again, if this isn't you, if this is the person you're dealing with, you have no control over this. This person needs to get over their own mommy issues or whatever this is, and decide that they're going to date who they want to date and not care what the people in their life think. But again, that's not up to you. You don't need to prove anything to this person. And then why is this person being so, it's a little bit cold. It's a little bit removed. It could be because they're really engrossed in their job, but I have to be honest, I think this person has eyes for someone else right now. And if this is you, maybe you're still holding on to the person of your past here. This one. And it may or may not be related. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, they are in theory, it's almost like they're dreaming about it. They're dreaming of matching with someone else. It could be someone who comes from a different cultural background. It could be someone who lives like foreign, overseas, something with Sagittarius, I'm getting. And it could be someone who is very lured in by the idea of money and protection, comfortability, but almost like needing to date someone who's incredibly wealthy. That seems to be a huge priority for them. Which again, I'm not here to necessarily criticize, but I am wondering, so this person's rich, but do they treat you well? Like, I guess reassessing what's important to this person and why. Being really honest about the questions why. Maybe because this person came from very humble beginnings. Maybe this person didn't have a lot of money and so they're trying to marry up. Or, do you understand what I mean? Yeah, the reason why this person is waiting and waiting and waiting and like, oh my God, what's taking so long? Why aren't they returning these 8 messages I sent? Why am I just getting, being left on red? Should I wait more? No, this person is, they've either moved on to someone else or they're fantasizing about someone else, in which case this person is like the second banana. They're second in line. So I don't like that bullshit at all. Give me a little bit more on this connection. Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Well, there's your soulmate. The person with the twitchy eye. I don't know. Or the person who was like, I don't know, like they're colorblind, or, oh my God, wouldn't that be hilarious if Libra married someone who was colorblind? Actually, that's hilarious. My mom did. My mom's a Libra, and she married someone who was colorblind. No wonder that sounded familiar. That's hilarious. There's something very specific about the eye. It doesn't have to be negative either. This person may have just beautiful eyes or long eyelashes or something very, I don't know, something about the eyes are important. They could have a tattoo of like, what are those, like, kind of spiritual eyes or so, I don't know, evil eye, protection. I don't know what that is. I actually really love this. 2 of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. It doesn't have to be a soulmate, but it's a very good offer that not only is it a solid platform, a foundation you could build something on, it has the potential to grow well into the future. I like this. I like this a lot. This person may be very spiritual or attend church or temple or religion, spirituality, faith may play a very important role. They might do a lot of charity work. I'm almost getting kind of a Piscean vibe to this too. Yeah, let's do one more on that. Again, this person may have a child from a previous marriage. Yeah, in fact, that message is very important here. And you might too, right? If that's not them, that could just be acknowledging you. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Boom, this one, 1000%. I feel for the person who's waiting, but I think we've all been put in this position. So it's really easy to be like, oh, this is me, my ex, and I lust after him, and he doesn't love me. Really, Libra, though, I want you to hear me say this. You've done this to someone else, too. Like, this is not just you. Like, these can go both ways. There are certainly cross-watchers out there going, oh, yeah, that's my Libra. Like, I was so good to them and I was so nice to them, but they want the bad boy or they want the rebel girl or whatever it is, right? This is a blocked communication, but I would say it's probably for a reason, you know? It's okay to get angry with this person and not be like, oh, maybe I was too harsh. I should forgive them. I should apologize. No. You send all these beautiful messages out and they blocked you or they ignored you. What are you waiting for? That's your cue. That's your cue to get back in there, right? And go after something else, right? Plenty of fish in the sea, quite literally, right? All right, moving on to money, career, and finances. I like this one. Whatever this means to you, I'm going to show you just those to get all those out of the way. This looks good to me. What do these colors say to you? What do these images say to you? Do any of these look like someone, or I don't know, something about a dream you had? This is what you should put on your manifestation board. You should screenshot this and put this on your wall. All right, let's talk about your money. I know I'm giving you tough love. It's how I do it. I can't give you messages that are fake and inauthentic. That's not how I do my thing. Tough love. I always give tough love to you guys, I know, but it's because I love you. It's because I'm rooting for you. I do. I think Libras are great. I think they yeah. You need to know your worth, though. Absolutely. All right. Money, career, job, finances. Anything I can share with Libra? Ooh, bottom of the deck. Again, one of my favorite cards. You're getting all my favorite cards. The Empress. And that's your energy, Venus energy. It's a great money card. It's a great boss, CEO, head of the company card. It's also good for entrepreneur. It's good for anything environmental, something to do with nature and passivity, peace of mind. Strong Taurus energy tied to that too. Something with jewelry or costume, clothing design, aesthetic design is very important with the Empress. And luxury too, treating yourself. All right, let's see. Ooh, look at you, Ten of Cups. Oh gosh, you have great cards. Sunshine. Happiness. This is a funny message. I think it is anyway. We'll get into it a little bit more. There is a little bit of conflict here. The way it was relayed to me is like these people are on the same team and they both think they're doing their part, but they're moving in opposite directions. So it's like you guys are counteracting or counterbalancing what you're trying to accomplish. But it's so cute though. It's not out of this person trying to be deceitful or malicious. Just it's like you guys are like, okay, let's do it. Go. Only like when you say go, you're pulling in different directions. So there's going to be like a tear or a rip or a break. And it may actually cause delays in your product or your merchandise or money flow. So just be aware of that. It's good to check in with the person you're working with or your teammate or your project coordinator. Just be like, hey, so like I did this, right? And so I just want to confirm with you. Like, don't be afraid to like double check, you know, the classic, per my last email, you know, just want to double check because honestly, it'll save you a lot of hassle in the long run. Something about this has a very funny vibe to me. Like it's one of those things where you would look back and be like, oh my God, I can't believe we didn't notice that sooner. I don't think it's make or break. It's just, it's comical, it's silly. And it might even be that you're working with someone who's kind of comical or silly or goofy, someone that makes you laugh. Like their energy is very positive and good. There was just a silly miscommunication. And you know what? Mercury's in retrograde, so not surprised to see this. I don't know why I wanted to share that with you, but I did. Again, with your Nine of Pentacles, lady, I feel like you guys get this all the time. It's like, I make my own money. What? She's independent. She's self-reliant. But also she knows how to ask for help. There isn't this, I'm too proud or I'm going to let my ego get in the way. No, she's accomplished what she had through her own tenacity and determination. But she's also smart enough to know that, you know what, that's not my main field. That's not my main area of intelligence. I'm going to reach out to this person who knows what they're doing and bring them on board for this project or for this contract. You know what I mean? Like, she's very smart. She's very self-aware. And she's not afraid to get her hands dirty, to, blood, sweat, and tears into her work, because she knows that in the end, it's going to bring her great pleasure and happiness and joy, peace of mind. She can afford the life she wants to live, but she knows that's going to require hard work, She's the one who becomes the empress. You don't just become this overnight. Some of you are going to be offered some sort of modeling contract or fashion contract or something with a makeup line or something like beauty aesthetics. You may work for a company that does that, or I don't know, you may even have to appear on camera or do something. I don't know, something in your job where you're getting interviewed for a magazine article and someone's going to come in and like do your makeup or your hair or something like that. A very, very Venus message there. All right, so what is this? It's like you're just avoiding something, barely. Okay, this feels like you're trying to avoid conflict because you're imagining the worst case scenario of needing to confront someone, and so you're nimbly trying to escape sort of the what could prick you, that kind of thing, or you're trying to avoid conflict, but in the end you're going to make it worse. It's better to just Mars energy, right? Face it head on, be fearless, be courageous. Because at minimum, if you go into this with like, okay, I just got to do it, it'll bring you peace of mind just having done it, even if the results are not exactly what you thought. This whole, like, I'm dancing around it, quite literally. Like, 5 of Wands is typically conflict or competition. I don't know, I just see this being not favorable for your money situation in the long term. And I even see you potentially looking back and being like, God, if I had only said that thing or done that thing sooner, I could have avoided all this. Is something about the impact on your money. I don't want to leave them with that. Can I get anything else? It may involve a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It may involve creative control. Some of you may, I'm hearing the word usurping or usurp. I don't even know if I know what that means. Is that like taking away? Someone may slowly be taking away responsibilities, and I'm not saying this will happen. I'm just trying to make you aware that before you know it, someone's taken on most of your stuff, and you were like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine, no big deal. Like you can take that on if you want. Before you, like, something about, I don't know, this person could be a little bit conniving, so then they like report you or they say something like, oh, well, I've pretty much taken on Libra's job anyway, so I mean, we could save some money by maybe just, what do they call that? Like releasing their role or you understand what I mean? Like slowly but surely this person may be taking away your job or your responsibilities so that they can get rid of the position, and then that leaves you up shit's creek, right? So be aware of it. Again, I don't do fear-based readings. Intuitively, you will know if that's your message, right? If something about that seems familiar, again, you don't have to be rude. You don't have to fight fire with fire, but establishing healthy boundaries of, nope, I got this. This is my job. Like, and if this person isn't getting it, if they're really kind of nagging at you, as long as they're not your superior, I would go to someone higher up. And I know that might be uncomfortable and you don't want to rock the boat, but again, ultimately, is your job worth it to you? Because something about this could negatively impact your finances. Like, it's something that's, and this is important too, this wouldn't necessarily come out of nowhere. It's something that's been building a long time. Something about putting out fires. If that's how you describe your job, that's a confirmation for you. Well, it's just one thing after another, and I'm always putting out fires, and it's like, every day is anarchy. Something about that has to change because you just simply can't maintain it. And the higher vibration of the Tower, because it truly does, it can be epiphanies, but we have to remember it comes after the Devil card. The Devil indicates staying in a situation that is no longer healthy, it's no longer safe, or you've just simply outgrown it, so you're becoming you're lacking growth. The universe always wants you to grow and develop as a spiritual human being. That's kind of like your one goal here in this lifetime, right? To grow and learn. And usually when the Devil comes, there's a stunting or almost like feeling like a imprisonment or feeling very stuck. And when the Tower comes, it basically says the universe has decided, I don't want Libra stuck here anymore, so I'm going to change it up because they don't seem to be doing it themselves. So the good news is if you open your eyes, that's been a very big theme of your reading, and see what's right in front of you, you can avoid all this, but it will involve sticking up for yourself or challenging the opposition. again, Mars energy, right? Whereas Venus and Libra, you want to relate, you want to do it as a dynamic and make sure other people are good. Like it, sometimes Libras do struggle with asserting themselves. And I'm not saying all of you, again, I don't mean to stereotype you, but if that is something you resonate with, that ability to stand up for yourself and say what you need to say and protect boundaries, this is a great opportunity from the universe encouraging you to practice doing that. Especially in like a retail department store selling clothing or something. I don't know what that is, but anyway. Some of you are just are grossly underpaid, and the difference between you getting a better salary or better benefits is advocating, and you may end up being a champion or quote unquote fighting, petitioning for those changes. And you know what? You may just cause those changes. You may cause something to tumble or fall because it's old. It's an old stagnant way of doing things, and the people aren't happy. So maybe you're going to lead, right? Maybe you're going to be the leader of justice, my cardinal air sign, Libra. Maybe you're going to come back and be like, you know what? This isn't acceptable, and you need to treat people better. And, we've written this document out outlining what we need. And again, you can do it in a pacifistic type way. I just made that word up, I know. But something here needs to change, and it does involve you sort of mustering that more masculine, dominant energy of, nope, I'm speaking. Like, I have the mic. You know what I mean? And not allowing the other person to take it from you. Because I do sense that you are sort of in danger of that. The idea of someone taking something from you when it was yours. You need to protect it. You need to hold on to it. And so some of you, the whole situation of fighting for justice in some way, a lot of you, it has nothing to do with what you accomplish here, because some of you are not putting in the fight simply because you've already decided, like, well, I'm going to lose. There's no way I could go up against the boss or the CEO or the corporate executives, whatever this is. A lot of you, the universe is saying to me, it's not even about that. You should do it anyway because you know it's right. This is some sort of token you're going to take with you at your next job, and you're going to be much happier. And there's something about the experience you learn here. You're always going to take it with you, and it's actually setting you up for crazy amounts of success. It could be, I don't know if it's something by going through this, you could add it to your credentials or your resume that lands you a friggin' sweet job. But there's something about, it's not worth it because I'm not happy here. I'm not going to stay here anyway. I think the universe is saying, but you're here now, so it's almost like go out with a bang. That's really how I see this. It's sort of like if they're not paying you and you don't enjoy this, you have nothing to lose. And again, take that at your own risk. You're responsible for what you do with these messages, but I think that's what this is. I think this is like go out with a bang, because you're going to be remembered as the person who fought for what was right. And again, something about this, it's like divine timing. It's going to open a door for you in the near future where you're going to be so proud of yourself that you did that. It sets you up for this great success and accomplishment. And I will say, you put an ending to some sort of injustice. It's almost like you're fighting on behalf of other people. I really like this. You may end up going toe-to-toe with a Scorpio who's very stubborn. And I think it's saying you get to choose how you respond and react to this. Be conscious, be aware of the emotions you're feeling. I think it's always best not to fight fire with fire. Like if someone's yelling and screaming at you, again, the opposite, the counterbalance, the scales to that is approaching them with, speaking very clearly and slowly and getting your point across, versus sort of fighting fire with fire or just, stomaching it for so long and then it just explodes like a volcano and you start crying in front of the team. And like, that's not a healthy expression of emotions. Again, I would not let this build up so that it becomes something much bigger than it is. Take it piece by piece. For others of you, it's already been sort of brewing for some time, so it is going to come to a head. I don't know if you have to say an explosion, but more or less, this is saying, hey, we got to change this. So you can choose to change it and participate in this, or again, you can kind of deflect and avoid, but then something about the deflect and the avoid does not end well. And again, not to put fear in your heart. If this is your reading, great, the message. If it's not, then okay. There could be a stop put to your money, or funds are frozen by deflecting this and not dealing with it. That's just what I keep getting here. I just want to leave you with this because this card's so cool. So cool. I see you fighting for other people or being a leader of some kind. You may get promoted to, especially something in HR, like you're looking out for the best interests of the people, or it could even be something going on in like a classroom where you have to stand up for some injustice. Like if, I don't know, if the students are not getting what they need, you're like, you know what? We need to fundraise because we can't work on these old computers anymore. I don't know. Do you understand what I mean? There's something about you are kind of leading the charge on something that's good for everybody. It's very kind of humanitarian-esque or people-oriented. All right, Libra, that's what I got for you this week. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and if you want to book a personal reading, you can do so in the description box below. I did put a link to my Etsy account, or you can just shoot me an email, which to be honest, I prefer because that way I can just kind of get a grip on what you're desiring and ask you more questions. When you purchase on Etsy, it's kind of one and done, but again, the decision lies with you, so whatever you'd like to do, but I would love to read for any Libras out there if you want something more personal, catered to your own energy. Other than that, I will see you soon for more tarot and have a very happy end to your birthday season. Bye, Libras.